Broskis, today we're talking about a legendary couple in game development, a studio with massive ambition, and a sudden shutdown that hit extremely hard. This, my broskis, is the story of Romero Games, and how a project backed by Xbox just vanished overnight. And my name is Papa Slim, and I usually do not cover things like this. I've been trying my best not to cover the whole Xbox/Microsoft situation. Even though I have a couple of things I want to say about it, I've been deliberately steering myself away from it because I want the channel to be about games, not about news, and especially not about shitty news. We can talk about that in the Discord, and we can talk about that on social media, but I want the channel to be that place where we forget about all the shit that happens and enjoy what we love, which are video games. But I couldn't keep my promise to myself true, because today we're covering something in Microsoft/Xbox news, which is Romero Games and how they got heavily affected by the whole Microsoft/Xbox thing. Let me explain. Now, before we get started, some of you might be thinking, who the hell is John Romero and Brenda Romero? Well, you maybe might have heard of John Romero, the man who helped shape the first-person shooter genre with Wolfenstein 3D, Doom, and Quake. He co-founded id Software and helped define what video game violence looked like in the 90s. But he's not the only legend in the room. Brenda Romero is a veteran game designer in her own right, with a career going back to wizardry in the early 80s. She worked across RPGs, strategy, and educational games. And she's also been a major voice for game design education and diversity in the industry. Together, they're a power couple in game development, and in 2015 they started a studio on their own, Romero Games, based in Galway, Ireland. Now, Romero Games, they started off small, putting out quirky and experimental stuff like Gunman Taco Truck and Dangerous Dave HD, but over time they moved into bigger territory. In 2020 they released Empire of Sin, a tactical mob strategy game with a Prohibition-era vibe. It got a mixed reception, but showed the studio was willing to swing big. And while all of that happened, John Romero also released Sigil, a spiritual successor to classic Doom, and with that, he also started teasing something even bigger, a return to the AAA first-person shooters. Oh boy, did that have many people excited, including this bald man. Now, in 2022, the studio announced that they were working on a brand new AAA first-person shooter. It was being built in Unreal Engine 5 and backed by a major publisher, later revealed to be Microsoft. Everything looked super promising. The team even scaled up to nearly 100 developers. They were hitting milestones, both with the publisher and internally. Everything was going smooth, and the whole vibe of the game, of the studio, well, it just screamed confidence. And then came today, more specifically July 2025. Microsoft completely pulled the plug. No warnings, no heads up, no nothing. Funding just completely gone, and the studio shut down. I'm not 100% sure if everyone got laid off, but I know the majority of the studio got laid off and are now looking for new work. So if you are in that business, reach out to John Romero that you are interested in hiring one of his ex-employees. He will more than gladly help you connect with them. Nonetheless, I think that it sucks that this happened. This shouldn't have happened, and I don't really understand how things work in the US or in Ireland or wherever this contract was written in, because it feels so weird to me that you write a contract for a publishing deal. You can cancel that contract on the same day without any notice. If you would do that in Sweden, if you write a contract with someone, there is no way in hell that you would be able to cancel it the same day. No way, without legal consequences. Only way that would be possible is if the other part did something that made it so that you can break the contract. You would never be able to do that just out of thin air. You're not allowed to sign a contract to give money and then receive X amount of money from that partner if you say don't have the money for it. Then it would be legal consequences, because then you lied, then you said I can pay you this, but in fact you cannot. That means legal consequences. And why? What is the reason for Microsoft pulling this? Why did they do it? It cannot be that just someone said, no, now we don't want to give money to them anymore because it is not aligned with whatever this is. It must say in the contract, for X amount of years we're giving you this if you give us this back. That's how contracts work. And I don't understand. Something happened here. Nobody knows exactly what happened here. Nobody knows what higher-ups on Microsoft made these decisions and why they made these decisions. So I don't like to speculate on it too much, but I do know that it sucks fucking major ass. So many people are losing their jobs, and in the industry as a whole, so many people are losing their jobs. It's absolutely heartbreaking to see. And it's not just in the gaming industry. People are losing their jobs everywhere. Here in Sweden, where I live, the unemployment is an all-time high because people are getting fired left and right all the time. I read in the news about a company that shut down almost once a week. It's crazy times, crazy times. Take care of each other. Don't take anyone for granted, please. It's not those times where we can afford to do that. So in the Romero case here, 100 people lost their jobs. Many of them remote contractors across the globe. And I mean, yes, contractors, technically they didn't lose their job, they lost a contract. Still, it sucks. And the Galway studio, the Romero studio, is officially closed, and the project, well, it's dead in the water, at least for now. There's been absolutely no word if the Romeros will form a new team or try to revive the game elsewhere, but knowing them, they're not done. Not by a long shot. I'm pretty sure they are looking at other alternatives now. What that might be, other publishers, other funding deals, I don't know. But I feel it in my stomach. I doubt it that they're just gonna lay flat and give up. I don't think so. So that's the story that I had for you today. It's a sad one. It sucks. But I want us to talk about it. I want us to talk about the whole situation with Microsoft down in the comments. I want us to talk about Romero. I want us to talk about the memories that we had from Quake and Doom. And I want us to talk about how excited we were for the upcoming game that might not or might release now. Daikatana 3, 4, 5? Will we ever see it? Will we not see it? I don't know. But I want us to talk about it, so let's talk about it. And while you're at it, join the Discord link down in the description. It's an amazing place, and there is even more room for talking in there. And most of all, my broskis, remember that Papa Slim loves ya, and if you are in this game development business, do reach out to Romero. If you're hiring someone, if you're looking to hire someone, reach out and let's see if you can strike a deal with one of his ex-employees. And if you need any help with that, reach out to me. I don't have any personal contact with Romero or anything like that, but I can help you on the right way. And I will see you in the Discord, in the comments, and in the next one. Slim, over and out.